Okay, so the underlying energy is the page of swords, rather. Underneath that is the six of cups. So for some of you guys, this is about being blunt and honest about yourself, with yourself regarding the past. Some of you guys is literally stalking an ex. It's not like you to stalk an ex, Aries. You've been listening too much to Scorpio, haven't you? But I'm kidding. Seriously though, situation having to be focused on the blunt, honest truth, the facts, the situation. And I feel like you guys may have had some squabbles, may have had some disagreements with someone that you may be in a significant relationship with, someone you're dating, even inner turmoil within yourself. Because right now you have the Eight of Wands, which talks about fast communication, things moving very, very fast, perhaps something regarding communication in regards to social media, whatever. And it's crossed by the Five of Wands, which indicates turmoil, conflicts, competition, things like that. It's intense. It's supposed to be short-lived. It's not supposed to last forever. It's kind of trying to find where you shine out of the crowd of a mixed bag of people that do the same shit. Because think about it, right? Everybody, because you get to the Six of Wands, like, oh, you're celebrating, you're great, you're awesome, you're one of a kind. And it's like, how do you get there? Well, you have to go through the monotony of fighting through the people that look the same, that do the same thing, that have the same ideas, that have different ideas. With a compelling argument. It's all about dealing with that. And it's not usually the people that you are fighting against to become big. You're fighting against yourself to become that big. What is your niche? What makes you unique? Because nobody actually gets injured here. It's a sparring match, sure. And everybody's blindfolded. Nobody knows who they're really fighting. They're really trying to hit that little. I think they're thinking they're going to hit a pinata, but they're going to hit a beehive. And that at the end of the day, the facts of the matter is everybody has their own purpose of doing the things that they do. Nobody's thinking about anybody else. So everything is regarding that one person, that one individual person. They're practicing their own techniques, their own skills, their own everything. And the focus isn't about what other people are doing. It's about what you are doing. That's what you feel. That's what you're trying to go after. So, Five of Wands. There is conflict. There is some sort of blunt communication. There's somebody around you maybe that may have disagreed with you. And I feel like that's the problem. I think there's somebody here that may disagree with you and you're taking it, you may not, somebody may have not have taken it very well. Because somebody has the Five of Pentacles, which also can mean, feeling left out in the cold, feeling rejected. That's not great. But I do feel like as well something may be lacking, which could be support in a sense, because here you have the Ten of Pentacles in your external energy, which I always tie together. And that to me, it's like there's somebody feeling left out in the cold within a commitment, within a relationship, within some sort of union between two people or a family, whatever. But the whole fact of the matter is somebody's feeling left out in the cold, okay? So, past energy. You have justice. Okay. We just talked about that with the Six of Pentacles. There was some sort of balance. Things were kind of pretty peaceful, harmonious. Everybody was on an even keel. It was fine. Then all of a sudden things got crazy. Somebody may have said something that maybe someone completely doesn't agree with, and that left the relationship on a little weird loop. But then remember, guys, Five of Wands. There's a situation in every relationship where there's difficulties, there's hard parts, there's even dry patches, but you overcome that because you get the Four of Wands. You get back to being stable again. You get back to being solid. Sure, it may have put you a step back, but you have to kind of rework where you guys are going to branch out. All right. You have to find a new niche. You got to find a new way to advance. So I do see you guys going back together. I do with the Four of Wands, because you see it, one. And then two, this is not going to last forever. It's a struggle now. And I feel like it's a struggle now because there's some things that you guys just don't see eye to eye on. But you got to remember, you all are coming from your own personal self, your own raw self. And that doesn't change the kind of person that you are because you believe in a certain thing or you're doing something different. It just means that there may be certain things that you guys have to work on together and certain things that you have to just agree to disagree. Nobody's getting rejected. Nobody's being disrespected. I hope not. And then if that's the case, then we get taken to a different extreme here. But what I'm seeing here is that everybody's disagreeing with each other and nobody's feeling very valued at the moment. Everybody feels like a serious lack in this relationship because there's no great understanding. But that's the thing. Why do you guys have to have the same points to be understanding? The Justice card, taking accountability, understanding both sides of the story. She doesn't just sentence you to a life of misery without understanding why you did it. You know what I mean? Yes, there's like, one does not outweigh the other, but there's two sides of a scale. You can't just judge without the other side being weighed as well. And that's the thing. Everybody's opinions and ideas and things are balanced and are fair to each and every one of us. It's taking accountability for those things is another story. But I feel like right now it's like, what do you not feel is very solid for you? Is it the fact that you don't feel like this relationship is committed? Because Ten of Pentacles is showing that. Maybe it's about going about a certain direction in regards to a relationship. Perhaps somebody is not ready for marriage. Or maybe you are. Or maybe you've gotten denied for marriage at the moment. But there's still a connection here. The Lovers is coming out. There's still something here that's keeping you and this other person together. Obviously, this too, I see this and it's like, boom. This is marriage energy here, but you know what? There may not be that time. Maybe it's just too soon. Maybe it's just too fast. And that's where things kind of got a little bit shaky. Is that maybe somebody proposed too soon or suggested marriage too soon and they're just feeling that love, right? But it's like, maybe it's just too much. And maybe somebody said something they probably really could have said a little nicer than that, but it led to this. It doesn't mean that you'll love each other any less. It doesn't mean that you want to be with each other any less. They're just maybe the steps taken up to that point is too fast. So that probably is why there is a little knockdown in the relationship, at least in the degree, perhaps because it is moving too fast. Okay? Now, you do have the Star coming up in your outcome, so that I don't think it's never going to happen for you guys. If this is something you want, if marriage is what it is. If it's not marriage, then it's whatever. Right? Something to do with something building legacy-wise, family, whatever, right? Anything in regards to moving up in a certain direction, you're moving too fast at the moment. I feel like the energy's there, you're feeling good, but right now may not be the time. The Star takes time to grow, to heal, to go towards their wants and their dreams. At least this person does. It takes some time. And right now, you may just want to hold on a moment. Just be in the moment. Do the best you can. Work on the relationship. Build yourself. Build yourself through the relationship. Figure out who you are and what you want in the relationship. Obviously, you do that really well anyway. Again, wanting to be being in love and everything. It's okay to feel that love. You don't have to jump to the relationship part where, somebody has to get serious. I feel like somebody offered a proposal. Somebody proposed and somebody said, no, I can't. I'm not doing that. They may have said it real callous-like, but they didn't mean it that way. I just think they were just shocked. You got to give give people the benefit of the doubt as well. But, the situation is this. I don't think that there was anything knocked down in this relationship. I feel like you guys still have a connection here. I feel like right now there is a little bit of a sour spot because of some sort of disagreement. And I feel like this doesn't take away from your commitment. It doesn't take away from what you have together. It's a struggle now because you're just trying to get back on your feet and, get to a stable place where, things are kind of, even keel. Right now it's not, but it's going to take some time. It's not going to take forever. It's not going to take months, but you got to give it time. You know what I mean? So let's see what's going on in your romance angels for the next couple of weeks. Wow. Oh, romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. Whoa. Pisces got this. Pisces got this indeed. And 2, maybe you guys just need to talk about it a little bit more. Because maybe the relationship can move to the next level like that. There may just be some sort of... I don't think it's a misunderstanding because the Page of Swords is involved. Page of Swords does not... There's no beating around the bush with the Page of Swords. When it says something, it's very clear about it. So don't think it's that. But I feel like maybe there just needs to be a little bit more discussion about it. And if somebody's been insensitive to how you feel, there needs to be a discussion about that too. What do you got here? Share your thoughts. And you have another one that fell on my lap right side up. So we're going to say, except this one, seek your destiny. Now, share your thoughts is a good one too, because it talks about just expressing yourself, just communicating and talking about the situation. If you felt left out in the cold, treated unfairly, talked to any kind of way, if you're not feeling really good about what's going on, that could be it too. Now, this could actually mean too that, there may be some things moving so fast that you don't really want to talk about what's going on. And therefore you kind of feel left out in the cold because you're not really being acknowledged for any ideas that you may have. So that's an important thing too, right? If you are building a relationship with someone that's going to be lasting for quite some time, you do want to open up. You do want to talk about things. Seek your destiny is by, actually advancing it, knowing what you're wanting to go for and going after that. Your destiny is whatever is literally what this card means. Destiny, legacy. Something that's immortal to you anyway. But it's most importantly like going after what it is that you want. What do you feel like you're striving for? This could be with work, this could be with relationships, this could be with family. But all in all, just remember that there's no limit. Read this for your own discretion regarding every situation in your life, because love is in every aspect, in every aspect that we're in, every area in life that we are involved in as humans. And I feel like with sharing your thoughts, communicating how you feel will make you feel less out on the cold, less rejected, less alone, less unsupported. Because if you're not talking about what it is that you really want to do, then yeah, I can understand that. But if you have been and somebody doesn't disagree, don't think that they don't support you on it. Or if they don't, they don't. You don't need them to support you on it. This is just sharing your thoughts, getting a different perspective. It's not that they don't want to. They're rejecting you. It's the idea. And then, again, if you still feel like your idea is spot on, it's amazing, and still something going for, don't let them decide that. This is your destiny. This is your life. I get, especially when this is someone that you're loved with, their opinion matters greatly. Of course, it weighs so much weight. But, you have such great value, and you should, right? But don't let that opinion, as valuable as it is, keep you from doing the thing that you really want to do if you feel you're the most led to it. If they don't agree, let them express. Let them share their thoughts about why they can't agree or why they can't support. Have a good conversation, because that's all it's about. Conversating, having a good conversation. Let them share their points. Let them share their thoughts, and then you share your thoughts back on why you don't feel like that really makes any sense, or whatever. And if it does make sense, it is what it is. It makes sense, but you still don't have to follow it. You have to be you, Aries. I never thought I'd have to ask you to do this, but you got to be you. And if they can't accept you for all of you, then that's the decision that you have to come up on your own. But the point of it all is that they should not be dictating to you what you should and shouldn't do in your life. And they shouldn't definitely weigh such a high opinion for you to not do something or feel rejected. But you have to come out and express it. I feel like it's time to express. Definitely different from the story I was going with in the beginning, with somebody moving very fast, probably asking somebody to get married and whatever. I love these cards for that, because it gives me an opportunity to touch on someone else's life that I may have missed.